Welcome back to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Jack Stewart is my guest. He is our contributing editor when it comes to stocks to watch, and he has given us some really remarkable finds. He came to us through our chief marketing officer, Todd Sonoga, and Todd's been bragging about you for a while. Jack, welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you for having me again today.
You're welcome. You have we couldn't get to it last time as we were closing, but I want to do that up front. You have a blog, ways that people can follow what your thoughts are in the market. Get that information out up front before we get into the stocks that we're going to talk about today.
Good idea. Thanks for asking. So as I was saying yesterday, it's like a California license plate. Action Jackson, spelled AXNJAXN. .blogspot.com.
All right. We'll be sure and make sure that's on the archives. All right. First stock that we're going to talk about, first company, why don't you take it from there? Was it MNKD? Is that correct?
Yeah, MNKD, that's Mankind. Okay. And it first came to my attention yesterday. My Gap and Go robot, I had applied to it, and it took a small loss on it yesterday, but boy, did it make up for it big time today. So I was able to get in at $3.88. Manually, about 45 minutes later, I stepped in and sold a third of it at $5.43. That's pretty good. 388 up to 543, and then it kept going higher. So I sold another third at 572, and I'll be doggone if the thing didn't go to about $6.50. Anyway, it started to back off, and my robot sold the last one-third at 538. So, I don't cry over the fact that they go higher because there's nothing wrong with leaving a little money on the table as long as you're getting your share. You agree, Michael?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Don't get greedy, because it just doesn't work out. Now,
By the way, a little more on Mankind. Now, it's another biotechnology company.
That's where I was going to go. Okay.
And you know that we're going to see a lot of those on the Stocks Worth Watching feature, and we've had a few already. But there was news today that prompted this huge move, and the FDA signed off on revised labeling for their big product, which is inhaled insulin. They call it Afrezza, Afrezza. Now, Michael, this doesn't sound like a big deal. But it really is because I was talking to one of the pharmaceutical salespeople with them, and they said it's so much easier to tell the doctor now with this new label how you use it, and the doctor in turn can explain real simply to the patients. And, the simplicity is so required these days, don't you think, with the doctors telling us patients why we should take this? We're afraid.
Of course.
Yeah.
What about, let's moving on, because we only have so much time and I want to get all of it.
Second stock, and I want to revisit something that is going to sound familiar. Endocyte. That's ticker symbol ECYT, Echo Charlie Yellow Tango. Right. Another biotechnology stock. And the reason it sounds familiar was we featured them on Monday. And you were doing it then. Right. They made a run Monday from $1.43 to $3.50.
Right.
But they opened Tuesday, hear me now, at $6.34. And I think there are two things noteworthy here. Number one, what's the reason for the big move? And it's biotech, and typically it's either a big licensing deal or it's a phase 2 or phase 3 test success. And with Endocyte, it's a little bit of both, so that's why it's been screaming.
Okay.
Do I have a second to do a little teaching moment?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's this. Try to develop for yourself when you're trading stocks, if you're active, a trigger system for buying and selling. And most experienced traders are watching Endocyte today from a low of about $5.60 to a high of $6 and just under $6.50. And here's the lesson. The trigger will be when the stock makes a new high. I'll buy it at $6.55 instead of buying it at $5.50. I'll pay $1 more because it's a better buy if it's got momentum than if you buy it $1 cheaper and it goes to sleep.
Okay, so
You agree?
it depends on where we are in the cycle with the market, but
Okay.
but you're a momentum trader is what I'm trying to get out to the audience. You're not
Right.
trying to hit pivot points on the trade,
Absolutely.
which means you're keeping your leverage as low as possible, because if you're a momentum trader, you've got to allow for that,
Right.
right?
Right. And there's nothing wrong with being a longer-term trader and buying something on a pullback, like the many moves that NVIDIA made from $20 to $200. Sure, you want to wait for a pullback. But we're talking about momentum, day trading, and those are the stocks worth watching that I'm featuring.
All right.
You want to go on to the third one?
Absolutely.
You're watching your time. Okay.
Well,
The third one, Capstone Turbine, got a market outperform by Oppenheimer yesterday.
Symbol?
I know that sounds familiar because we featured yesterday Fuel Cell, FCEL, Frank Charlie Echo Lima. And we featured yesterday, which was up 35%. It's kind of steady today.
Let me jump in there for a second,
Yeah.
Jack. CPST, Charlie, Paul,
What did I
salary, or Sam, or Tom, right?
Yeah, it's Capstone Turbine, Charlie, Papa, Sam, Tango,
Thank you.
CPST, up 25% today. And, Oppie, and there's still room to move, perhaps, because Oppie gave it a $2 target.
Tell everybody who doesn't know about Oppie.
Okay, Oppenheimer is one of the better firms on the street in terms of following stocks and assigning them price targets.
When did they give them the $2 target?
This was featured yesterday.
Okay,
So
yesterday.
this one was a little slower. Our fuel cell, it made a big jump yesterday on the news, but it was just noteworthy, and the stock didn't move much on the Capstone Turbine.
So at under $1, they give them a $2 target, and it's moved over the
That
past
thing's
three.
moved from 88 cents. It's pretty nice, right?
Well, actually, it's a little better than that. From the third, I'm looking at 67, just under 68 cents to $1.01 right now.
All right, well, I had them from 84 cents to a high of $1.06 from their close of 84 cents. So that's a pretty nice move. And you think it's going to go to $2, Michael?
I don't know. It looks very strong
I don't
from
know.
here.
I don't know either. But you know what I do? I'm going to watch it, and if I'm in it and I got a profit, I'm not going to let that profit erode.
All right, but for all three of these, and we've got about a minute or so, 2 minutes left, all three of these, are you looking for continued higher prices in these three different stocks now?
I don't predict.
All right.
Because I enter the market with no stock positions in my day trading account each day,
Right.
and I exit the market with no stock positions. I have a swing trade account, that's different, but the day trading. So what I'll do is if any of these stocks, any that we featured this week, some that I gave to you that you put on the air and then mine,
Right.
I watch them make new highs. And if they've got enough volume, I go along with them.
Okay, so, but we've got about 30 seconds left,
Okay.
but what I'm trying to get to is, if you're looking at higher prices on this and you're a day trader, obviously you'd be looking to buy the dips on these things for the near term until conditions change. Is that what I'm getting here?
It's I'm a little off the beaten track. That's not how I do it in my day trading account. In my swing trading account, where I own things like iFly and TAN and Hack, the cybersecurity, I buy those things on pullback. But on day trades with these hot stocks, I think you got to go with momentum. And when momentum dies, you need to be out of them.
Well, your record is proving very good. We've got to go now, but before we do, please let me allow at least enough time for you to get the contact information now so people can follow you on the Stocks Worth Watching.
Okay, so one place they can go is actionjackson.blogspot.com or go to stocktwits.com /TV, TEEVEE, or go to Twitter @Stu Domer.
Got it. Jack, thanks for being on the show. Really appreciate that.
Okay, hope to see you soon, Michael.
Thank you. Jack Stewart will be right back on the other side of this break. This segment has been brought to you by American Dream Investing. Up next, Ryan Cousins. And this gentleman has got some really interesting stuff coming up about high-tech investments, KRTKL. We'll be right back. You've been listening to Michael Yorba on CEO Money.